I did in fact decorate for Christmas the other day. My day-to-day scheduling, I want to go donate my clothes, refresh and reset. For the bathroom update, I wanted to film a little Q&A, my whole YouTube schedule. When I tell you guys my closet is looking so chaotic, and then we need to go through this so that I can find space. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Erica. I know I look crazy right now. Okay guys, I just woke up. It's like 7 a.m. and I wanted to start the vlog by taking out my sock curls with you because they are my newfound obsession. I literally can't stop, won't stop. So I'm just gonna show you guys real quick how amazing these heelless curls will turn out, and then we'll get into the video. But if you aren't new, welcome back to the channel. It's good to have you back. And one second. I mean, if you're not doing heelless curls, let this be your sign. It took me 2 minutes to put this in last night. And you wake up with like Victoria's Secret bombshell curls. It's phenomenal. Let me show you the back. Gorgeous. Anyways, I just woke up. It is Thursday today and it's almost December. So I really wanted to make a video where we do a full reset together. We're gonna reset and set goals for December. I need to like fully clean the house. I need to organize some of my spaces. My bathroom right now is a mess. You guys can't see it, but trust me, it is. So we need to do a full reset, make some healthy meals, all that jazz. So I'm very excited. It'll probably be over the course of the next few days, but today is Thursday and I do have some resetting on the agenda. So without further ado, I'm gonna wash my face, then I'm gonna make a coffee, and we'll see where the day takes us.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is
all right, you guys, I just got dressed. We're gonna head to the gym this morning before we tackle all of our resetting, but I just wanted to show you my outfit. It's from Navigation. I'll put my navigation code on the screen. It's just my name, Erica. This is what the back looks like. And there is going to be a launch at the very end of November, so I'm sure that when this video goes up, there will still be lots of pieces available on their website if you want to shop and get some new activewear to reset your activewear wardrobe for December and the new year. Okay, you guys, today has been hectic to say the least, but I still want to hold true to my reset and start working on that today. I do have a couple things scheduled this afternoon, some of them involving the reset, some of them not. I'm actually meeting a friend for a walk at 2:30, and then after that I want to head to Home Goods because I want to grab a couple organizational things. My bathroom needs a reset so badly. Like, our bathroom just has shit everywhere, pardon my French, but it's just not organized at all. So I want to go and see if I can pick up a couple things to just make that a little bit more streamlined, and then I want to grab a lamp as well if I can find one that I like. So just a couple things like organizationally and reset-y, if you will. But quickly, I want to chat about fitness goals and how I'm resetting for December. It's pretty much the end of November right now, and I just finished my 5-week training block that I did coming off of my triathlon prep, which went super well, by the way. So it just was nice to finally get back into the gym and not be doing so much endurance training. I feel like my body was really responsive to my gym workouts this time around, which felt amazing because for a couple months there, I did not have the energy to really push myself in the gym. So we're back, baby, and I'm gonna be starting a new gym split that my coach, aka my husband, writes for me, but sometimes it's just nice to not have to write your own gym workouts. So that is what I'm gonna be doing. He's writing that for me in the next day or two, and then I will start that next week, which is exciting. New month, new goals, new workout split. It always feels good to have a new schedule. And then I'm also recently started a new training plan through Runna for my runs. So that's also kind of fresh and new and just like a reset after running my half marathon. So that's been going really well. I may run a half marathon like right away in January. I haven't fully committed to it, but it is something I'm toying with. So we will see. I'm just trying to keep my mileage up in case I do decide to do that race. But otherwise with training, things are going well. I feel like it's nice to just have kind of a reboot and have new workouts and a new structure to follow. My day-to-day scheduling isn't really going to change. So I typically work out in the gym Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I run Tuesday and then either Saturday or Sunday, and then I've been doing Pilates on Fridays. So that's pretty much my go-to schedule. I think it's really helpful to have like a set in stone schedule every week. That way you're not just like, oh, I'll do whatever feels good, and maybe one week that's like 5 Pilates classes and I don't actually follow through on my runs, you know what I mean? So for me at least, I find it really helpful to have a specific schedule that I'm following every single week for my workouts, because it helps me make sure that I'm actually like staying on track towards my goals. So that's the training update. I have some like work life updates, so many travel plans in December, you guys. Holy crap, we're not going that many places, but just a lot is happening in December, okay? It's gonna be a crazy month, so I'm really trying to get myself reset and on schedule and everything planned out before December hits. The first weekend, I think, the first like little bit of December, we are going to Nashville for a couple days, which I'm so excited, and I will be vlogging that for you guys most likely. So that's the first plan. We're there for I think 4 days. After that, we come home. We're home for a couple days, and then 2 of my best friends are flying in from Canada. They're coming to visit me and Far for just like a little holiday get together. They're going to be here for I think 4 days as well. And then after they leave, we're here still for a couple days, and then we fly back to Canada for Christmas. We're celebrating Christmas in Canada with my family this year, which I'm so excited for, and Far's family. So it's going to be a whole family Christmas party. I'm so excited. But that we're going for full 7 days. We're going to Vancouver for 2 days and then my hometown for 5 days. So it's going to be a very busy December. On top of that, just like planning work stuff, filming, and just getting everything settled. It's gonna be a lot, but I have it all scheduled out for the most part. I did that last night. I went through my calendar and I wrote down all of the videos that I want to be filming for the rest of the year for YouTube and January. Same thing with like vlog ideas for TikTok. I think I'm gonna do some form of vlogmas, not every day, but something like that. And then just other brand deals and stuff that I have, launches. There's a lot going on. So I've been using my calendar and I've been using my Notion, which I'll show you guys later. But I just wanted to give you guys a brief overview of travel plans, fitness plans, and things that we're kind of just resetting so that December isn't a literal clusterfuck of just who knows what. I want it to be organized. As someone that's very type A, it feels good to have everything written down and planned. So that's the update. Right now I'm gonna go make some lunch and then clean up a little bit because my house is a bit of a disaster. I just got some packages in and I need to like organize everything. And then I'm gonna go meet my friend for our walk and then go to Home Goods. So we'll see where I pick you guys up, but that is the current update. Some BTS to show you guys the reality of what my office looks like when I film try-ons. This was just a TikTok unboxing for the Navigation Neutrals November launch, and as you can see, it's a bit of a disaster. I'm so grateful obviously, but the office gets a little chaotic, so we need to clean this up so that I can feel refreshed and reset. And then this is currently what my kitchen counter looks like. I just got in a huge box of stuff from Paragon that I need to unbox and try on and film stuff for. I am definitely going to be taking a lot of photos this weekend in the navigation stuff and the Paragon stuff, but when I tell you guys my closet is looking so chaotic, we need to put all this stuff away and first of all find space for it. And then I have bags that I need to take and donate, which we'll probably do in this video as well. But yeah, this is a lot and we need to figure out what we're doing with all of this. Okay, I don't know what the lighting looks like. It's probably trash, but this is the current status of my closet. It is a actual disaster. Not terribly, but I just feel like there's so many clothes in here, and I don't know if you guys can see that giant trash bag back there. That is full of clothes that I want to donate. All of this is my workout clothes, which I go through literally every month, and I send packages to my friends, and a lot of it is back there if it's just stuff that like is used and whatever. So it's just a little chaotic in here, and I want to find a way to organize it so that when I open my closet, I'm not immediately overwhelmed and want to close my closet door back. So couple things. That back there is actually Maddie's birthday gift, so that will be gone by tomorrow because her birthday is tomorrow. So I'm going to give that to her, clear up some floor space. I'm going to take that bag either today or tomorrow and donate it at the Goodwill that's closest to my house. And then we need to go through this so that I can find space for the Paragon stuff and the navigation stuff that I just got. I don't know if we're going to do that today though, because I do need to film and take photos in it first. So that might be something we tackle later on in this video or just on my own. But just know we're going through these, okay? We're doing a reset of the closet for not only winter. I guess I could put away some of my summer clothes. I haven't really thought about that. But anyways, that's the update on the closet. We're gonna be cleaning her out, donating, all that jazz. If you haven't done that this season, let this be your sign to maybe go and reset your closet a little bit. Let's get into it. Holy Hannah. But I will say I got these like hat organizers on Amazon. They're just like these plastic things and they're honestly pretty useful. So I will link them on my Amazon, or you can just literally search like plastic hat organizer on Amazon and I'm sure one will come up. Oh my God. Some of these I just forget that I have. Also, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I low-key don't like the feeling of sleeping in silk pajamas. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I don't like it. It's like too slippery. Okay, that's not a ton, but we did make some progress, so we'll probably come back tomorrow and finish this off. Okay, it's been a little while. I just got back from my walk with my friend. It was so lovely, but I just disconnected. I didn't film anything. And now we need to figure out the bathroom organization, as well as I want to grab a lamp potentially for in this office. So we're gonna head to HomeGoods and see what they have. I was just there the other day. Fingers crossed it's not super busy, because sometimes at this time of day it's a little sketch. So if we walk in and the line is like an hour long, we're walking right back out. But if there aren't that many people, I'm gonna look and see if I can find a floor length or a floor lamp. Is that what it's called? A floor lamp? Yeah. And some bathroom organization. So let's go and reset this freaking house. I don't know why my flash turned on, but the plan is I'm going to HomeGoods. Farah's gonna go to the grocery store because I forgot that I need a couple things, and we might as well just restock while we're here. So let's go. Kill two birds with one stone. Alright, success. I just got organizers for the bathroom. Well, I guess it wasn't a full success because they literally had like such a little selection for floor lamps. So I think we're just gonna look on Amazon and figure out what we want to do in the office, but we got the bathroom organization, so we can start on that tomorrow. I also want to show you guys that I did in fact decorate for Christmas the other day. I already unboxed a little advent calendar that I got from Hydro Jug, which I posted a TikTok about, so if you want to see what was in it, go check that out. But my tree is so pretty. I love her. She's a little bit like skinny, but honestly in our old place that's all that would fit, so we just reused the same tree as last year. Then we've got some little decor over here. I have our stockings on our TV thing. I bought these like little Christmas tree branches to put in our vases. And then I'm doing like green accents this year. Then in here I put a couple more Christmas pieces. So we've got a couple little trees in there. My couch is a mess right now, but as you can see, we have the Christmas tree blanket that for whatever reason I made upside down, and then we've got the green accents. And then in the kitchen I just have this other little tree that I got at Hobby Lobby, super cute. I bought this candle warmer the other day and I'm obsessed. It just basically makes the house smell like the candle without actually having to light a flame, so that is a life hack, and I just think it looks so cute on my kitchen counter. So yeah, I just think our house looks so much more festive right now, and that is what I did a couple days ago to start my December reset. Good morning, you guys. It is actually now Saturday. We skipped a day in this vlog, but it's okay. Yesterday was just so chaotic. I'm excited to continue today because we have a long run. I don't know if I'm going to film it for you guys, but just know your girl's going to be out there running 18 kilometers this morning. I'm excited, actually. It's pretty good temperature outside, and I've hoarded some of my favorite podcasts to listen to. But later today I have a couple things we're going to do together for this reset. I want to go donate my clothes like I talked about the other day. I also got a walking pad as an early Christmas gift, so that is going to help with our productivity this week and in the next couple months, which I'm excited for. And what else was I going to do today? Oh, we're going to do an overview of my training goals, and I'm going to show you guys how I organize everything on Notion. So that's the game plan, but for right now it is like 7 something in the morning, and I'm gonna go run my long run for the week, come home, shower, veg a little bit, and then we're gonna get to moving and grooving on our reset. Okay, so for the bathroom updates slash resetting, I know this is like so basic, but I bought this organization stuff from HomeGoods. I just feel like it makes the counter look a lot more simple and put together, because before this stuff was just everywhere and it was so chaotic. I ordered like this holder dispenser for these single-use towels that I use to dry my face. I ordered it on Amazon. It has not come in yet, but just know this will not look like this. And that's just like the simple way that I organized our counter. I feel like it looks so much better. The drawers and cupboards still need a little bit of work, but I just feel like it looks a lot sleeker and refreshed. Okay, you guys, it's a little bit later now. I did my run this morning. I came home, I did a little bit of work, and I kind of recipe planned a little bit for this week. It's actually Thanksgiving this week, so I have to figure out what I'm making and then also what food I want to eat outside of Thanksgiving this week. So did a little bit of grocery meal planning. So I feel like I'm going to be nice and reset for the week. And now we are going to go donate my clothes because I need to get that out of my house. It needs to go to someone in need, and my closet is going to feel so much more refreshed and clean after we do that. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's go donate some clothes. So those are the 2 garbage bags that I will be donating. They're literally full of clothes and shoes. Ignore that. That's like my Paragon in navigation, but we're gonna go give this to people in need. I literally had no idea that they just had this like donation drive-through at Goodwill. So this is a life hack. You literally don't even have to go inside. You just stop your car and they take it out for you, and it's so easy. Okay, I wanted to go over how I organize all of my work stuff and content in general, because this is one of the ways that I reset for each month. Is I go in and I plan out at least like 2 weeks ahead what I'm posting, because oftentimes there's sales or launches and I just need to make sure that everything adds up and is like strategically placed out. So this is in the website Notion. I made a social media content calendar and I have it all planned out so far for the last week of November and the first week of December. So you can see, like, for example, some of these are Instagram posts, some of them are YouTube videos, and it's just all laid out because there's a lot of Black Friday sales and stuff going on. So that is how I organize everything, and I like to have it planned out ahead of time. And then if I go to my daily to-do list, I also have a bunch of stuff in here as well that I'm just working on. So for example, these are all like videos that I want to film, videos that I need to edit, and then just a bunch of other stuff on here, like my whole YouTube schedule, which I'm going to cover up so you guys don't get too much of a sneak peek. But ultimately this makes it so easy for me. I also use Google Calendar a lot because I like to just see things organized and written down for myself. So yeah, that is how I organize most of my work stuff, is on Notion and then also Google Calendar. But this helps so much to see it all written down and planned out. That way I know I'm on top of things. Okay, I wanted to film a little Q&A segment in this video because I feel like it's been a bit since I've done a life update and just answered your guys' questions straight up. So I screenshotted a bunch of questions that you guys asked on my Instagram story the other day, which, by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, I'll link it down below, and I'll also put my handle on the screen somewhere for you guys. But I just said if you have training questions, nutrition questions, life questions, any questions at all, leave them down below, and I did get quite a lot. So we're gonna go through them. I don't even know where to start. Let me take a look first. I'm gonna answer this question first. This person said, more about you for newer followers, backstory, fitness history, etc. So first of all, if you are brand new here, hi, I'm Erica. I am 26, almost 27 years old. My birthday is in January. I am Capricorn, and I am originally from Canada. I grew up in a town about an hour outside of Vancouver, and then I moved to Vancouver for university when I was 17 years old, and I lived in Vancouver for I think like 8 years, and I moved here to Vegas about a year ago-ish, just over a year ago now, and yeah, I'm married. I live here. I never thought I'd live in Vegas, but that's just how my life turned out, and I love it. I'm very into fitness. Obviously, if you are new to my channel, it's probably not a surprise just looking at my thumbnails, but my fitness journey really started in high school when I got into the gym. My brother actually encouraged me to start going to the gym, and I really quickly fell in love with it, but unfortunately I fell down a rabbit hole of watching a lot of bodybuilder YouTube videos and thought that I should just eat like them, train like them, and it quickly turned into an eating disorder. So I had anorexia for about 2 years, and I went to university, and my first year of university I had anorexia. I was in outpatient treatment. I wasn't allowed to exercise. It was a lot. But once I was medically cleared to weight train again. I slowly eased back into it, fell back in love with the gym, was actually fueling my body properly this time, so that's when I saw a lot of progress. Then I did that basically for I think like 6 or 7 years until about 2 years ago when I first started introducing running into my training. And I just ran and lifted for about a year, and then this past year is when I started training for half marathons. I did 3 half marathons this year, and I also did my first triathlon, so I added in biking and cycling. So that's a very, very quick overview of my fitness journey. Before I started weightlifting, I did a bunch of different sports. I was a dancer for 10 years. I did rowing, I did curling, I did figure skating, I played soccer when I was really little, so I was always active growing up. But yeah, I fell in love with the gym when I was about 15 years old. Other than that, I love to read. I love all things fashion, wellness. I love Pilates. That's a newfound form of movement that I've been really enjoying. I love walking, I love hiking, I love listening to podcasts, I love music. I could go on and on, but that's just a general overview of me. Okay, favorite thing about hybrid training? That's a great question. I think for me, I just kind of felt a little bit bored after weight training and doing the same thing for so many years that I love having the option of picking a different form of movement based on how I feel. And I do follow like a schedule for the most part, but I like that it's not the same thing every day. And so Monday I get to work out in the gym, and then the next day I go for a run, and then maybe I do a Pilates class, or when I was triathlon training it was a swim and then a cycle. So it really keeps things interesting and it doesn't feel so redundant, and it also challenges you in different ways. Obviously the gym challenges you in one way, running challenges you in a very different way, but one thing that I noticed is that they do overlap in the sense that they all challenge you mentally. Do you enjoy biking more than running? Great question. I would say no. I think I do prefer running over cycling. I do like cycling. It's just, I don't know what it is about running. Running, I feel like challenges me a little bit more, and I feel more in my body when I run. I like to listen to podcasts and just like go, which I can do on a bike as well, but especially where I live, there aren't as many cycling routes like very close to my house, so it's not as accessible. Whereas running, you can just literally walk outside and start. So I think that's why, and also running is kind of where I started, so I think it's always going to have a special place in my heart. So someone said, you mentioned struggling with ED. How did you find recovery? That's a great question, and it's very nuanced. Obviously, there's a lot of ups and downs, as is any form of recovery, and I feel like a lot of women that I've spoke to have gone to inpatient treatment, and that was just something that I was never really interested in. I don't know, I just don't think that going into that environment and being surrounded by other people with the exact same mindset as me would have been healing and what I needed. So for me, I actually got diagnosed with anorexia about a week, if not closer to a week, before I actually moved to Vancouver to go to university. And the person that diagnosed me had said, hey, it's probably a good idea if you defer by a year and go get help now. And I was just like, that's not an option for me. I want to go to university. So they said, okay, there's an outpatient program that you can go to. You're going to have to drive there. It's about 45 minutes to an hour away from UBC, which is the university that I went to, and you're going to have to go multiple days a week. So I am so grateful because my parents helped me out. I was 17. I didn't have a car, so they would come and drive me to my treatment. I am forever, forever, forever grateful for them for doing that, because it really did help so much. I did therapy. I went to a doctor. I had a nutritionist. We did family therapy, all at that treatment center. It was great. But if I'm being completely honest, I think one of the biggest things that helped me recover was being in the dorms with normal teenage kids that were eating at pizza at 2 a.m., drinking, which, you know, they weren't really supposed to, but they just didn't really care about eating super healthy, and it just really highlighted the restrictive thoughts that I was having and how abnormal the way that I was treating my body and thinking about food and exercise was, and that really put things into perspective for me. And it just kind of woke me up from this weird like fever dream that I was living for the past year and a half, and I started to recognize I don't want to exist in this reality that I've created for myself, and I want to live freely like these people that I live with are. They don't think about food in the way that I think about it. They're not restricted. They're not stressed about going out to this party because there's alcohol and food that they haven't accounted for in their day. So that to me was what really helped me recover. Best advice for building muscle while hybrid and half marathon training. So my biggest tip for this is actually to think of your training like a professional athlete, and think about it in the sense of having different seasons. So you have your on season and your off season. For your running, you're gonna have your on season and your off season. For your weightlifting, same thing, on season, off season, and they're probably going to be opposite. So when you're training really intensely for that half marathon, your gym sessions are just there to support your marathon or your half marathon training. And our goal there is to maintain strength, make sure that our joints and our muscles are all healthy and strong. It's not really to focus on growing a ton in that season because we want to focus on the runs. It's nearly impossible to do both at once and not overwork yourself. So think about it in the form of seasons. That helped me a lot. Right now is kind of my off season from running. I'm still running, but it's more of just maintaining my cardiovascular health. And I'm really focusing on building back that muscle that I feel like I kind of lost a little bit when I was triathlon training, because that was a lot on the body. But a couple other quick tips: you have to make sure you're eating enough food. Hybrid training does take a lot out of your body, so you need to make sure you're fueling properly, recovering properly, so taking at least 1 rest day per week if you can, and then also just making sure that you're showing up to your sessions with that mindset of I am going to push myself today, because it's so easy to fall into that headspace of just showing up and going through the motions. And that is when I feel like we start to just get complacent with ourselves and not push ourselves at the gym, and that's when we maybe start to lose muscle because maybe we're not pushing ourselves and trying to hit PRs. Again, not saying that you need to hit a PR every single week, but just showing up to your workouts with intention and actually trying to push yourself. And again, if you're not feeling like you're able to do that, we may need to look at, am I overworking myself in all areas? Where can I pull back to make sure that I'm actually recovering enough so that I can show up to the gym and push myself? Will you do another triathlon next year? Great question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that right now. If I had to guess, my answer would be maybe another sprint triathlon, but probably nothing longer than that, because 2025 is going to be a crazy year. We already have a lot of travel planned, and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to navigate that well with trying to plan for a triathlon, especially for something longer than a sprint. A sprint already takes a good amount of time to prep for, but if I'm, planning on doing a half Ironman, for example, that takes up so much of your life, and I just don't know that I want to allocate all of my time towards that when I have a lot of other things that are in the works and a lot of travel going on. So my guess is maybe, but most likely not. Will you ever run a full marathon? Great question. The answer to that is yes. That's always been a goal of mine, and I feel like after watching everyone's New York City Marathon content, I was even more inspired than before, and that is definitely a goal that I have. I would love to run the NYC Marathon one day, so who knows? Keep watching. You might see something coming up in the next couple of months in early 2025 pertaining to a full marathon, but no promises yet. How did you stop tracking calories? I have talked about this before. I have made full videos on how I transitioned from tracking to intuitive eating, and for me, I pretty much just went cold turkey. I had taken vacations and I had taken like weeks at a time where I kind of went intuitive and practiced intuitive eating, but because I had tracked for so long, I felt like I had a really good intuition with food. I had kind of trained myself to be able to guesstimate pretty well as well. So going into intuitive eating, I didn't just all of a sudden change all the foods that I was eating. I stuck with the same types of foods that I was eating. I just wasn't weighing them anymore. And like I said, I felt like I had developed a pretty good eye for guesstimation. So I kind of just stuck with what I was used to, but I just didn't have my food skill. And that worked really well for me. It doesn't necessarily work super well for everyone. So I have lots of different tips. I could literally make a whole video on this. But for me personally, that's just how I approached it. I just took my food scale out of my kitchen and I said, well, we're gonna see how it goes. And it's been about 2 years now and I love it. I'm never gonna say that I'll never go back to tracking, but as of right now, I don't foresee myself going back to tracking at all unless I have like a crazy intense performance goal that I like need to make sure I can track for. I don't know. I'm just vibing with the intuitive eating. How do you feel with food noise 24/7? I think that maybe they meant how do you deal with food noise 24/7? And I haven't had that in a very long time, but I definitely have previously dealt with food noise when I had my ED and when I was in recovery. And let me just say that is so exhausting to have just constant food noise and constant chatter. And my biggest piece of advice for that is there probably does require a time for you to just listen to the food noise and like allow yourself to indulge in these things that your body is actually craving. And I know that's really scary for a lot of us because it feels like we're gonna binge, or it feels like we're, you know, gonna lose all of our progress. But if you're not actually finding a balance and allowing yourself to incorporate those fun foods and those foods that you're craving into your diet, you're just gonna constantly keep thinking about them, and it's going to create a cycle. So at first it might mean, instead of an 80-20, it might actually look like a 60-40, where you're having more fun foods than non-fun foods, but eventually you're going to come back to balance and find a homeostatic, like, equivalent for you of what a good balance is. Everyone's a little bit different, but for me, when I first started, I definitely had more junk or fun foods in my diet because that's what I had been restricting myself from for so long, and my body was just craving it. So I needed that time, and eventually found the balance that I have right now, which is, if I want a treat, I have it, but it's not something that I'm constantly thinking about. And again, I just want to preface this by saying I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a therapist, so if you are truly struggling with something like this, my advice is go seek help professionally, but this is just my experience that I'm speaking from. Somebody said, did you elope? No, we did not elope. We actually got married here in Vegas. We just did a little chapel wedding with our family. I have never been someone that wanted a big wedding. It's just not something that I wanted, and so we found a little chapel here and we did something very intimate, and I loved it. It was perfect, and I don't ever see myself having like a big ceremony. I'll celebrate with my friends, but I don't need to do the whole walk down the aisle again. It's just not for me personally. Garmin versus Apple Watch for training. I personally prefer my Garmin. I think it's a lot more accurate, especially for heart rate and pacing on your runs. Again, I can only really speak from running, cycling, and swimming. I've never used the Apple Watch for swimming, so I can't speak on that, but I have used the Apple Watch for running and cycling, and I think that the Garmin is just a little bit more elevated. It is a little bit more expensive, but it's tailored for actual training, whereas the Apple Watch is more so designed for like everyday use and to be kind of pretty good at everything, whereas the Garmin is designed to be very good at sport-specific training, statistics, and tracking. How tall are you? I am 5'6". Favorite meal? I love sushi and I love donuts, which isn't really a meal, but like, it's one of my favorite foods. Can you talk more about your job? How often do you work? So I mostly do social media as my job, but I also have some fitness clients that I coach. So I do their nutrition and their training. Some of them run, some of them just weightlift, some of them do both, some of them swim. And so I just help them create a plan that works for them and their goals and their calendar. And that is kind of what I do alongside social media. So my schedule is very unconventional because I work for myself. So I get to set my own hours, which I am so grateful for. But because of that, I feel like I'm working a lot. I work most of the time, especially when you work from your phone. It's kind of hard to turn it off at times, so I'm always finding new video ideas or editing things or messaging clients, and so it can be very all-consuming. We're actually planning our honeymoon, our delayed honeymoon, in 2025, and I'm really excited to have like a full week of just not working and just fully detaching and being present on the vacation. That is going to feel amazing for me. Someone asked for book recommendations. I have made book videos in the past, and I just feel like my audience on here comes to my channel for more like the fitness side of things. But if you guys do want more book content, let me know. Maybe I'll just integrate it more into my vlogs instead of making dedicated book videos. But I will say, for book recs, I recently read A Curse for True Love and The Ballad of Never After by, I think it's by Stephanie Garber. I could be wrong. I'll put a photo up on the screen. Loved them. They truly brought me out of my fall book slump that I was in, so I'd highly recommend those books if you're into fantasy. They were great reads. Okay, I feel like I've been yapping for a bit, so I'm gonna stop there. But if you guys do like these little Q&A segments, let me know in the comments below. You can even ask more questions down there, and I can integrate these types of segments into more of my future vlogs. But let's get into the rest of this video. I'm actually gonna end the video here. I feel like I've yapped enough for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little reset, and hopefully it gives you some inspiration to do a little deep clean, reset your closet, reset your goals for the new month. It just feels so good to go into a new month with a clean house, a clean space, a clean mind, and a game plan to execute. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you're not already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.